go ahead and walk through exactly how this deal was found. So this deal was actually found with one of our deal finders conducting a 30-day deal finders challenge. So in that 30-day challenge, essentially our deal finder was targeting vacant properties and absentee properties. Absentee meaning that it's owned by an investor and it's either vacant or it has a tenant in the property. And so when you are doing direct to seller marketing, you have to start with potentially motivated sellers. And the potentially motivated sellers in this case are absentee or vacant property owners. And the property was located in Prince George's County. And so I'm going to walk through what happens in a funnel, and then I'm going to see if our deal finder is available, bring her in. We'll talk about the initial engagement, I should say targeting, and then engagement with the seller after I go through what the funnel looks like. So you have to start with absentee and or vacant or some other motivation, maybe pre-foreclosure or divorcee. And then as you can see in the upper left-hand side, those are your targeted sellers. And then you have to contact them by different ways to try to get them to say, yes, I'm interested in selling, or no, not yet. So in many cases, people will reach out via direct mail, postcards, letters, brainless voicemails, text messages, cold calls, voice broadcasts. These are all different ways you can reach out to potentially motivated sellers with our deal finders funnel. And then when someone responds and say, hey, I got your message, yes, I'm interested in selling this property, that's when they become a contact. And when they become a contact, they hit the beginning of your funnel. And after they become a contact, it's your job, or in the case with our deal finders challenge, our virtual assistants, our deal VAs, did the prospecting and qualifying for our deal finder, and then they ask a certain amount of questions, typically 10 to 15 questions to find out how motivated are they. They get basic information, property address, of course, why they're selling, the motivation, and that turns into a lead, a qualified lead. And then ultimately, it's then the investor, you, the deal finder's chance to then send in an offer based off of your objectives. And so our deal VAs will send out offers on your behalf. And then that's when the negotiation starts. And of course, through negotiation may lead to a ratified contract, which then hopefully will lead to a closed deal. So that's what a funnel looks like. It starts with you deciding you're going to bypass the agents. You're not going to rely on real estate agents. You're not going to rely on real estate brokers. You're not going to rely on buying properties from an auction. You're not going to rely on referrals. You're actually going to take action, like I said, and take advantage of this market opportunity and do a direct to seller marketing campaign. So you can talk directly to the sellers, you can lock in the profits, you can lock in the cash flow discounts and get the good deals before they hit the open market. And so this is what a direct to seller marketing campaign looks like. This is exactly what our deal finder did to find this particular deal. So let me see if I can bring in Robin and see if she can unmute herself. Robin, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
Everybody's having a good evening on this rainy, wet evening.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to have you just casually talk through. Let's take it from the top. So this property is located in Prince George's County, Maryland, and it's a single family residence. Everyone can see the photo here. So why don't we just take it from the top? Were you targeting Prince George's County? Why are you targeting Prince George's County? Were you targeting vacants, absentees? Kind of just tell people what your targeting was like, the area, types of properties, et cetera.
Okay. Yeah, I was targeting Prince George's County. I know that Prince George's County is a very hot market. Investors are always looking for properties in PG County because they know that they can get those properties sold quickly, or they can place tenants in those properties. I actually sought out townhouses and single family residences. And I've been doing this as a solopreneur for 4 years. And when I saw this opportunity to have assistance in, trying to scale my business to have a better success rate, I figured, okay, it's $100. It's, for all that you're getting, I felt like it was really worth spending that $100 and, getting all the assistance that I, typically would not have. I'd be doing everything on my own.
And you know what? That is, I'm so glad you said it that way because that is really what holds people back is trying to do everything on their own. The fastest path to your success as an investor is to get out of your own way and to fire yourself as quickly as possible. The sooner you can actually get people to do work for you, you get systems to be automated and work for you while you're asleep, the better chance, the faster your path to your goals will be. So hopefully that resonates, especially with Robin's experience, saying that she basically was doing the same thing, solopreneur for 4 years, and finally decided to actually get some expert guidance and leverage some expert systems to get things going. So do you guys want to take a guess before we continue how much Robin had to put down for a deposit to get this property under contract? Anyone want to take a guess? Like what the EMD was to get this property under contract? Any guesses? Single family house, Prince George's County. Well, it can't be zero, Janine, because you need to have some consideration, right? So there has to be some consideration to make the contract valid. But yes, so our contract was written with just a $100 EMD, which is, most people will say, oh my gosh, you got the property under contract for $100. So that's what we have our template contract start with, which was the $100 EMD. And, usually if you ask the seller, they're going to want you to put down 1%, 3%, 5%, or something like that. But if you go ahead and build your template agreements out, a lot of times you get away with having the seller agree to maybe $100, $500 EMD. Of course, you have to go up higher. You have to do what you have to do. It's the cost of doing business. But yes, Robin was able to get this property under contracts, 6700 block of Crafton Street for just $100. So